Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, and in this video we're going to talk about the Schuberth SRC Bluetooth system. Now the beauty of this Bluetooth system is that it's actually an OEM Bluetooth system. Basically Schuberth paired with Cardo and said, can we build a Cardo G4 system that builds right into the neck roll of the Schuberth helmet that's an OEM, from an OEM style that's going to fit directly in without anything hanging off the outside of the helmets. So if I pull my Schuberth C3 over here, and this one's actually mine, this is the one I wear all the time, you're going to notice this neck roll right here. And for the guys that own this helmet, this is a big factor in what keeps this helmet so quiet. A lot of times it's the wind whistling underneath your jawline that actually zips up into the helmet and creates a lot of wind noise. The Schuberth C3 has this great neck roll that minimizes drag, it minimizes any turbulence underneath the ears, and it does a great job of blocking the wind. Basically, what Cardo and Schuberth paired and built, and you can see it here on the front of the box, is a replacement neck roll that has the Bluetooth communicator built into it. And it's a really nice feature that there's nothing extraneous, there's nothing hanging on the outside of the helmet. The whole point of this helmet is, besides the fact that it's really lightweight, it's the most quiet modular helmet on the market. It comes in sub 84 decibels. So what would happen if you put a regular Cardo G4 on the outside of it? You'd naturally get some turbulence and some additional wind noise from the Bluetooth communicator hanging on the outside of the helmet. By having it integrated, keeping the same net roll, and having it underneath, you're minimizing the chance to add any noise to this helmet. Let's walk through now what comes in the box when you buy a Schuberth SRC system. So moving into the box, when you open it up, you're going to notice the thing you're going to want to gravitate towards quickly is the Quick Start Guide, which has a handful of different languages, but it's going to get you up and rolling really quickly. You also have a full user manual, which takes you through the nuances. And then there's a handful of stuff in the box, but it's pretty simple. I actually find this to be a lot of things that you'd expect, kind of knowing what you're walking into, and certainly if you've seen this video, you're going to know exactly what you're getting. So you have a wired MP3 adapter, plug this guy into the apparatus, and then it would go right into your MP3 player. You'd have the Velcro mounts for the cutouts for the earpieces. You're going to have the charging cable, which this side goes to the Bluetooth unit itself, the SRC, and then this end either goes USB or connects into the bottom of the wall mount, and you'll be able to plug it right in. And you have some additional boom covers, different size sleeves, replacement sleeves, and then of course you have the actual SRC unit, which is one piece, is self-contained, doesn't have any detachable parts, and is built, with the OEM in mind, that's going to fit right into the helmet. So now that I've walked you through what's in the box, I want to focus in on the actual SRC system. As you can see, it's very much a neck roll. As you can also see, it has all of the similar functionality as the Cardo G4 built into this ring, into this neck roll system, as well as the boom mic. The one thing I want to note here, the big difference between something like the G4 or the Q2 and this system, there's no external antenna. So if you think about the Q2 or even the G4 with its flip-up antenna, being that this is integrated within the helmet, you get a little bit less range. You get up to about 1,000 feet, which is about 300 meters, whereas the G4 was, I think, 2 or 3 times that. In my experience, though, I've done a ton of riding with Bluetooth communicators, everything from the Cena to the G4 to the Blue Ant. What I find is in most riding situations, I'm within a few hundred yards, or I'm easily within 100 yards of the person I'm riding with if we're doing a long two-up ride. So for me, the ability to go up to a mile really isn't that big of a difference, considering this guy's 300 meters, which is well short of the 1,700 meter roughly mark that would equate to about a mile. So let's walk through now. Now that I have this out here, let's walk through the components. You have your A channel, your B channel for rider communication. This would basically, you'd pair to up to 3 units, so you can pair to 2 other units to yourself. You have your phone call button, which is also the on-off button that you'd use to place a call. Using these buttons, you can turn on and turn off your MP3 player. I pair my system, whether it's my G4 or whether it's the SRC, I pair it to my iPhone, and it has A2DP technology, which means that I can control the playlist. I can go forward and back, skip songs, go back songs. Your volume controls back here, but it's nice. It's also, this unit supports, much like the G4, multiple device pairing. So whether it's another rider, whether it's my iPhone, whether it's my GPS system, I can have multiple layers here. There's also a built-in radio on this guy that takes up to 6 preset stations. I have multiple layers of features, multiple devices that I can work with that will all pair to this unit. Notice here it's similar speakers as the G4, and these guys Velcro right into the tabs in the helmet. The helmet actually has cutouts, which I'm going to show you in a second, that are built out and work really well. You know, it's basically an OEM fitment, which makes the install on this guy literally take 5 minutes. I want to talk about one more thing on the SRC system, and that's going to be this plug, which actually when you're wearing it, when you have it installed, this is the plug that either charges it. You'll notice it has a gasket there. You open it up, it charges, it connects right to this cable for charging. So whether you're plugged into a computer or the wall, you'd basically plug this guy in just like this, and that's how you would charge this guy. So you don't have to uninstall it from your helmet, but you basically plug it back in. Or it also has external audio. So if you have it plugged in, if you have an iPod in your pocket, notice that this system does come with a coiled 1/8" stereo jack. Plug it into your iPod, and then you can run it right up your collar. But when you are wearing the helmet, this guy tucks away. So now I'm going to show you the installation piece of this, which you're probably already wondering. You're saying, wow, that's awfully ambitious to do an install on camera. I'm going to show you how quick and easy it actually is. So here's my Schuberth C3 system. I'm going to open it up, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove the neck roll. So it's 1 snap here, 2 snaps here, and there's my OEM neck roll. I'm going to put them side to side. I will note that with the SRC system, there's basically 2 sizes of SRCs, and it basically means that it goes with the shell size of the helmet. This is the smaller size because this is a medium helmet. You'll make sure you check the size chart when you're checking out the SRC on our site. I believe it's the large or the XL. I think it's the XL, 2XL are the larger size, and then the small through large take the smaller SRC system. But notice the neck roll is about the same size. So I'm going to pull this guy off. I'm going to put it over here. Now you can see the guts of the helmet. First thing you need to do is you need to install the Velcro patches into the areas that are cut out for the stickies. Now if you can come in tight here, see right there, notice that there's a cutout. So when you have the speakers in on this guy, you're not going to add any bulk to your ear cutout. It's actually recessed. You're not going to feel any difference. You're just going to have speakers in your helmet, which is really nice. Now, I already did the left side. I'm going to show you on the right side. I actually have been waiting. I've been riding around with this guy loose just because I wanted to do this on camera when we film this. So I'm going to pull my tab off. And again, this is for the right side of the helmet. They're universal. Now, notice it's a sticky pad. Here's my Velcro. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this guy down. I'm going to slide it in. And that's it. That side's now ready to accept the microphone. So basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come up here, and I'll show you. I've already done it on this side, so I'm actually going to snap that guy out. The cheek pad doesn't have to come all the way out. It's a 3-snap cheek pad. I just typically do the bottom 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to line my SRC system, and I'm going to snake the wire right up and connect the speaker to the Velcro. Now, it might be a little bit hard to see. I'm going to do it on this side as well, the one that I just installed. Let that guy hang. And now if you can see this, it's basically ready to be popped in. Now, you do have to fuss with this a little bit. It's a little bit tricky. What I like to do is put one side in first. So I'm going to come up here and push this neck roll under there. And then what you end up doing is snaking it around from one side to the other. So now that we've got the neck roll in, it's very simple from there. What you're going to do is you're going to want to snap the rest of the neck roll into the front here. There's 2 snaps at the front. Come in tight here. You can see I'm going to pull this guy out of the way. See that snap there? Creates a nice solid connection. And then really it's up to you to just pop those cheek pads back into place. And again, I mentioned that you don't even have to take the cheek pad completely out to do it. So now I've got this installed. The wires are short enough. It's lined up perfectly. Remember, that's the beauty of OEM. When the manufacturer of the helmet teams with the manufacturer of the Cardo Bluetooth communicator, you get something that fits perfectly and you lose nothing in the way of bulkiness or clunkiness. And notice here's my piece. That's going to be my charger, MP3 connector. When you have the helmet on, it just conveniently tucks between the bottom of the neck roll and the actual anti-roll system. Now, I will tell you with this guy that what you end up having to do when you do have this connected is it doesn't quite have enough room to have the chin curtain that's removable, the leather chin curtain, and the SRC system at the same time, so I definitely have to take it out. And depending on the shape of your head, some people might have more clearance, some people might have less clearance, but I find that the ability to not move this back and forth, I end up with the boom slightly below my bottom lip. So it sits perfectly in there. What you do is you tamp it down, and now basically this guy is completely installed in the helmet. And as you can see when I pop on the bottom here, here are my controls. Now with a glove on, I'll tell you, the Cardo G4 isn't necessarily the easiest thing to operate, but you get used to it. With this guy, in winter riding conditions, it's going to be a little tougher to find those buttons. So what you end up having to do is find for the ridges, and then you know the button. You're going to have to memorize where the buttons are, bottom line. Turn it on, you hold the phone button. You should see it flash blue. And it's that simple. Now it's going to intermittently flash, and you're turned on. You get up to 10.5 hours of talk time on this on a standard charge, and I believe it charges in a few hours. I found it very easy to use. Like I said, the Sena has the jog dial. That's its claim to fame. The Cardo G4 has a ton of range, but pairs really well, and it's stereo for the music. And then you also have, I don't know if you could pick that up, it's actually talking to me, it just paired with my mobile phone that's in my pocket. And you also have the radio features. And then my favorite part about this is the volume is really easy to use on the forward and the aft. After taking it for a few days of riding, we went out, we tested it. It's backwards compatible with the Q2. It's compatible with the G4 system. Basically, any other Cardo that you're using, this guy will pair up nicely. Like I said, the only drawback is you're trading quiet and the OEM fit of it for a little bit of the range, going from the top end range, which is up to a mile with the G4, all the way down to 300 meters. But for me, like I said, that wasn't an option to still have the quiet helmet and the lightweight modular helmet. And notice when I pull the chin curtain up here, I'll show you. Pull that guy up. And that's typically the position that you end up riding with it a lot. If you have any questions about the SRC system, the install, the fitment, compatibility, give us a ring, 877-792-9455 or cs@revzilla.com. You can find the SRC system that's compatible with the C3, the C2, and the Concept. You can find it on revzilla.com/Schuberth-helmets, or just do a quick search for SRC system. As always, it's over $39. We're going to ship it to you for free. If you want to return it, that's no problem as well. And you are going to earn TeamZilla cash back on your purchase to be applied towards your next order. Thanks for watching RevZilla TV today. This is the SRC system. And be sure to check out the product detail page for a full list of all the specs that I didn't cover here today. But really in this video, I wanted to cover the installation and really show you how quickly start to finish from the time you get it to your door to put it on your helmet, how quickly you'll be up and running and enjoying the fact that not only is there entertainment value of having some music that's pre-integrated, that's stereo and loud enough, but also the ability to answer phone calls. It's voice activated, does all the same things as the G4. It's just a beautiful setup from Cardo and Schuberth, and we applaud them the fact that they took it a big step past what we're used to seeing here, which is a very bolt-on American market. Thanks for watching RevZilla TV today. I'll see you next time.